as you hear jets fly over top of our heads, a lot is happening right now. All throughout the world, a lot is happening. And a lot of aid, is going into Gaza right now. You remember that 4 soldiers were killed by Islamic Jihad and Izz al-Din al-Qassam and Hamas? Well, we closed down the Kerem Shalom crossing right in the middle of the Gaza Strip or so for a short while, but we've opened it back up and a lot of trucks of aid are going through right now. A lot's happening in the north. Of course, a lot's happening in Rafah, and I'm going to get to that in a second, but a lot's happening in the northern border. Missiles are striking us from the terrorist group Hezbollah. It's heating up so hot, you'll burn your hand, and it looks like it very well be very soon a full-on war with the terrorist group Hezbollah. I don't want you to forget about that while we're finishing up, cleaning up in the south. We're striking back very hard on the terrorist group in the north. And the UN said they're supposed to go back to the Litani, beyond the Litani River, which is like 40 kilometers in. Hezbollah has to do that to avoid all-out war. And so down in the south, oh, and also, by the way, helicopters are taking away wounded and injured and also bodies of soldiers who have been killed from the Hezbollah terror group. But their weapons stockpiles, their weapons caches that are sent from all kinds of places through Iran, the head of the octopus, are going bye-bye. And in the south, we're taking care we're moving in slowly but surely. And inch by inch, we're going into Rafah. Our guys in Yalom, we're on the edge. We're hanging back and dealing with one tunnel at a time. There's a few tunnels found, as you know, 4 tunnels before, 2 tunnels now, and waiting to fully deal with this. Of course, there's a lot more tunnels all throughout Gaza, but we're going to deal with each one. And my unit, and me too, I will be handling a lot of these very intricate underground warfare with the big goal of listening for the hostages and using our sensors and our technology to find these hostages, and with the use of military force to release them and bring them back home to Israel. It's amazing to see what's going on in the world with Dutch police using bulldozers to clear out these pro-Hamas protesters in the University of Amsterdam, and these people that are just, the world seems like it needs a psychologist right now lately. But I look to the book of Deuteronomy 20, verse 4. The Lord your God is the one who goes with you to fight for you against your enemies, to give you victory. And I look to 2 Chronicles, open with me, 20, verse 15. This is what the Lord says to you. Don't be afraid or discouraged because of this vast enemy, for the battle is not yours, it is God's. Victory is possible for the person who refuses to give up. Isn't that the truth? The person who's not willing to just say, I give up. Sometimes when it's the darkest of times, God will do the most miracles. And even in this time, I want to remember the counting of the Omer. I want to remember together to pray. You've seen the soldiers dancing and praying and counting the Omer together. Well, Exodus 15, it talks about God leading his people forth by his strength into the abode of his holiness. And it's a 50-day count called the Omer count up to Shavuot, which is Pentecost in English. Penta means 50 in Greek. Cost means count, Pentecost. And so we got to count this first fruits time and really believe in first fruits. And I think even this destroying of this enemy, this dark blood cult. Sometimes I call it the zombie apocalypse, the Nazi zombie apocalypse, but this blood cult, this death cult, it really will be the first fruits of peace when this is gone, even for the Palestinian people. Let's count the Omer. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu v'tzivanu al sfirat haOmer. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who has sanctified us and commanded us concerning the counter of the Omer. Hayom yom chamesre lesfirat haOmer. Today is day 15 of the Omer count. God bless you, and I'll keep you posted.